Hello, listeners. Welcome to our awesome Grail auction we got coming up for you tonight. We're auctioning off two early worm one of ones. Let's get excited. Early worm is here, and here we go. Just make sure this uploaded properly, and looks like we're all good on that end. And here we go. Okay. Let's first take a look at where we stand right now in this auction. As you can see, we've had a bunch of bids already. Had over 4 bids in the past couple hours, starting with that point 0.3 price, then going up to 0.31. Then we had a monster jump to 0.64, and then another at 0.65, who is our winning bidder at the moment. With about 18 minutes to go. This is exciting. So, as you can see, it will be just me up here tonight. Sorry about that image. Early Worm is joining us through the comments. If you want to ask him a question, talk to him, hit him up. I'll be asking some questions as well. And here we go. This is my first question for you, Early Worm, is where did kind of your artistic journey begin, and when did it get into Web3? When did you get introduced to Web3, and kind of how did you get into it? As we wait on that answer, I guess I could explain my connection to Early Worm. It's kind of an exciting one. So, I've been collecting NFTs for over a year now, and kind of my first art NFT was a Early Worm NFT I saw on OpenSea. He was a featured artist on the OpenSea page. He might have been one of the first. It's hard to say, but he was the first I ever remember seeing. I went on to the page. I looked around at his art, and I found one that I really liked. It's called The Trip. I'll pull it up here. It's an edition out of 7. I just found it to be very cool. It's very abstract. It's very different, and I saw one that was in my price range, and I had to jump on it. So thankfully, that's that was my first experience, and a wonderful one. And then it's just been awesome to see all the new work he's uploaded since then, and it's really been pretty cool. So yeah, let's could also take a look at the two NFTs we got up for today, Saboteur and Stealthily. Let's hope this loads here. Okay, and let's check it out. Let's check out Saboteur first. On the right is a description that Early Worm wrote up for us. And as you can see, I really like the shadow in this one. That one's for me. Oh, awesome. We'll actually put that on hold as Early Worm answered my first question about kind of his artistic journey and kind of how he got to where he is today. So let's pull that up. I'll read it out for us. My artistic journey began when working the overnight shifts at a job. I took advantage of the quiet times and would draw. That's when I realized that there was sort of a healing aspect to it emotionally. That's incredible. It's very interesting to see kind of how everyone kind of got to the space, and especially artists who are so creative and so unique and all have a kind of a different background. So it's really cool to see kind of how you got there. I mean, I'm sure without you can't really know that kind of backstory from looking at one of your images. So that's really cool to hear. I guess yeah, so let's actually take another look at these one of ones. I guess Early Worm, I have another question for you. How do you decide what piece you'll have as a one of one, and kind of what pieces you'll do as a 7 of 7 or a 10 of 10, and what is that distinction, and how do you kind of create that? And as you work on that, let's take a look. Yeah, so this one, I think it's really cool. I really like the shadow in it. So you can see there's little two faces here. I think it's a really cool image. Also, if you want to try it out, this one comes with this gallery comes with an AR image. So if you scan that on your phone, you should be able to try out the art piece on your wall, see how it looks, and maybe one day that will become a reality. It's pretty cool. And then let's take a look at the other one stealthily. Okay, and we got another response from earlyworm. Let's check it out. I started posting the work on Insta and found out there were a lot of people who resonated with the emotional aspect. Makes a lot of sense. I don't know if everyone's looked at it, Earlyworm's Instagram, but over 120,000 followers and counting by the day. And it's some awesome stuff. He'll post his work a lot, and it's a great way to stay up to date with what he's working on and kind of stay in touch with the artist. So yeah, as we look at stealthily, another one of one. This one's pretty cool. So it's pretty great. I really like the bird hat in this one. I found that to be really unique and really stand out to me. And honestly, like you could even miss it on first glance, but then once you see it, it kind of goes with that stealthily image. But once you see it, it's like, wow, that's pretty amazing. And this one you could also hop onto the AR, try it out at home, see what wall looks best on. That's awesome. And here, commenting on the one of one question. It used to be something I considered more frequently until I realized I would like to do strictly one of ones because of the rarity and the collectability. I like the idea of just being out there, just being one out there. That's really cool. And that's it's very interesting to see how everyone kind of figures their way as we move through this space. I mean, it's hard to know where you'll be in, I guess, it's a couple years from now, where your art will be, what kind of directions you want to take it. But that's really cool. We can all expect a lot more early worm one of ones in the future. That is exciting. Let's take a look back at the auction. So we're still at that 0.65 with 12 minutes to go. Very exciting. Very exciting. Um, Early worm, I got another question for you. Um, and I guess it's kind of kind of about the pieces and kind of why did you choose black and white for these pieces? Was that something that was one of the first ideas you came up with when designing these pieces, or that's kind of something you figured out later? I'd love to hear and kind of like generally, how do you know like when to go black and white, when to use color, and just your kind of thought process behind all that? Be awesome to hear that. And also, people who are listening, feel free to come on to the comments, share your thoughts on the auction, talk to Earlyworm. I'm sure you would love to chat. Hmm. All right. Yes, we could look some more at these pictures while we wait. These paintings while we wait. Drawings. All right, I guess we'll have Earlyworm tell us some more about that. I'd actually, yeah, whenever you're done typing up that, I'd also love to hear kind of what kind of how you design these, what kind of materials go into them, and yeah, kind of the design process for that. Because you can see there's like the smudging. I wonder. I'm not an artist myself. I'm not sure how you create that, but I'm very curious to find out. I hear all around, kind of you see it down here as well. Another notable thing is kind of early worm calls these companion pieces, and it's very interesting. You see them kind of facing each other in this scenario. They both have the cigarette in their hand, and they're kind of side by side companions kind of working together in this world. So that these pieces truly go together. So it's awesome. We get to sell them together, and that one lucky collector will get to go home with both of them and get to have them side by side in their own um, in their own gallery. And we got about 9 minutes left. Still that 0.65 ETH being our highest bid. Pretty cool. So I guess we could also check out some Grail content and kind of see what we got upcoming here. Um, if you want to check out, we have a few upcoming auctions. We have one on the 17th with Dream Conduit. This is going to be a very cool artathon. We're going to have a bunch of artists come up and kind of they were given a task to complete a piece of art within a certain amount of time, and they'll each be auctioning it off live on Grail. So that would be an awesome one to check out and kind of see how all those pieces came out. And additionally, another one with Tiny Dinos on the 21st, which is a PFP project, which, as you can see, we got some rare NFTs from the collection in here. That will be exciting. But back to earlyworm, as we have 8 minutes left. Okay, and he actually just got back. Let's see. I love the idea of being restricted to line work, and the challenge of hatch work gives the impression of energy without color. And he also added that these works were done on Procreate. Both very interesting, yeah. Very impressive. Again, I I wish I knew more about art than I did. So some of those details earlier, I gotta say, go over my head, but I'm definitely excited to learn even more about it. That sounds really cool, that kind of process there. Um, I would also love to hear kind of where you kind of see yourself and your work in 5 to 10 years. I was saying earlier, like this space, it moves quick. I mean, I've been in it 14 months, and I say 14th months because it's just like we count it as a baby. It's like takes it's very taxing. It feels like forever. So it who knows? Like that's my point is it's been 1 year. Who knows where we'll be in 5? But I would just love to hear kind of how you see it now and your vision, and kind of where where we'll all yeah, where early worm works will be, and maybe there'll be different styles involved that you'd like to talk about. Maybe you're working on some things, I don't know. But I'd love to kind of just hear we could call it a guess. We got an audience comment here from Eric. Love how you mentioned these pieces are facing each other and part of a set, but when you swap them, how they're placed and they're back to back, it totally changes the meaning. It's an incredible point, Eric. That's a really cool part of this too. I guess, yeah, yeah, there's no right way to put them. You can kind of create many stories depending on how you look at art, and that's what's really cool about it, and especially these, which are so abstract and kind of really make you think. Early worm about where he sees himself in 5 to 10 years. So I still see myself doing NFTs, and I'd love to do a large gallery size pieces and have real world shows. That sounds cool. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that sounds pretty awesome. Or who knows, maybe those real world shows move to the metaverse, and we have these huge metaverse pieces, and that's where we all congregate. That's where the art world moves. It kind of gives that international appeal, because kind of it globalizes it, and kind of everyone from everywhere can be in one room at once, which is really special for and all you need is some internet connection. So that could be a cool future for it. But yeah, I hope to see your work in some real world shows and galleries too someday. And as we go down to 5 minutes, we get a real countdown here. This is exciting. Will there be another bid? Will someone beat that 0.65? We will find out soon. Um, Early worm, I'd love to hear from you too of what kind of advice would you give to kind of aspiring artists, either just in the space or kind of in general? I mean, we're all still learning and growing, but you've done a tremendous job already, and I'm sure a lot of people would love to hear from you and kind of hear yeah, any advice or anything you would have to say. Here we go. We approach 4 minutes here. Let's take more of a look at this. I'd love to hear in the comments if anyone was able to get the AR thing working and getting some image there. Pretty cool. Let's get this up. Awesome. In response to any advice Earlyworm had for some artists, there's no real mystery. Just always be honing your craft forever. And I think that's great advice on all levels. I mean, whatever you're doing, it's always about getting better and advancing yourself. No one wakes up a natural, and you really got to keep working, and the hard work pays off, as we can see here. Um, it's yeah, sure, it's definitely not easy, but if you're passionate and you keep pursuing it, getting better every day, 1% better every day, that improvement will come. That's exciting. Um, I guess I'd also love to hear kind of who or what are your biggest artistic influences and kind of like who you kind of look at for that or what, yeah. As we look at Saboteur, very cool. It's also very cool how these faces are making different expressions you see. And I guess Early Worm points that out in kind of the description there. Kind of it's kind of this one person kind of making two expressions, and that kind of definitely says a lot of what's going on in Saboteur's mind and kind of what he's up to beneath the surface. Okay, here we go. About 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining, and 0.65 is still that winning bid. This will be interesting. What will happen? Oh, for Early Worms inspiration, Picasso, Francis Bacon, Basquiat, and Otto Dix. That's cool. Yeah. Um, and yeah, that's yeah. Speaking of kind of just honing your craft, I mean, Picasso was someone who kind of got started at a very early age and kind of just like kept honing his work, kind of changing his work as he went on, and you kind of see paid off for him, we can say. Um, so here we go. 45 seconds left. Will we get another bid? If we do get another bid, you'll see the timer reset to 30 seconds. Well, it looks like, let's restart this because it looks like we may have gotten another bid. And we did, a 0.7 bid from OX9. Let's go. Wow. At last minute bid coming in. Okay, and now we're down to 20 seconds. Remember, if they do place a bid, it will. Oh, wow, and another bid placed. And that timer gets reset for 30 seconds. And we're at 0.71 now. Here we go. A bidding war is breaking out at the end here. And another bid placed. What could it be? A 0.75 bid. And now we're back to 30 seconds. Will the 0.75 be topped? This is exciting. Early Worm, how are you feeling? Will we get another bid? with 10 seconds left. 9, 8, 7. Here we go. 3, 2. Oh my God, a last second bid. Extending it 30 seconds, a 0.76, beating him by 0.01 ETH, beating the other bidder out by 0.01 ETH. And another bid. They were going back and forth at 0.8. We can check them out here. Just these two wallets really want these pieces, and yeah, why wouldn't they? Really incredible pieces. Earlyworm, loving it. This is amazing. It truly is. This is awesome to watch. And here we go. Back to below 5 seconds. What will it be? And that is where it ends. 0.8 for both of these. Congratulations to the winner. I can only call you OX9, but congratulations. You'll be prompted to claim your NFT right there. But congratulations to you. Congratulations to Earlyworm, and that was an incredible auction, everyone. Thanks for joining us. For the bidders, thanks for taking thanks for taking part in this. Please come back to Grail. We'll have some more exciting auctions for you guys. Maybe be able to get Earlyworm back up for another auction. He's loving it over there. So this is awesome. All right, congratulations, everyone. Honestly, thank you all from me and Earlyworm both. And of course, yes, congrats to the new collector of these wonderful pieces. Hi, everyone. Have a great day. Have a great night, depending on where you live, and hope to see you back soon.